What's going on, you guys? I'm going to be talking about what I think possibly could happen with the Cowboys. Really about the main rumor about Russell Wilson requesting a trade to the Cowboys. Let me know what you guys think on it. So, in my opinion, do I think he's going to become a Cowboy? Is a chance. I mean, there's always a chance when things like this comes out. You never know, particularly for sure, how it can play out. If you ask me, I say it's a 60% chance. He did name a few other teams. I believe New Orleans was named. I believe New York Giants was named. And I believe I heard the Tennessee Titans. So, if you look at it, each team has some talent on there, so it's not like he would be going to a team that wouldn't have talent. I think if he was to go to any of the teams, depending on what would be given up, he could really make some noise in either setup. You know, you think about it, depending on what would be needed to be given up in New Orleans. He got Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. That would be amazing to see. If he went to Dallas, I'd assume that would be somewhat of a sign and trade for Dak. And, you know, maybe a few picks. You know, that would be awesome too, because he still would have Zeke, Coop, Lamb. If I was Jerry and I was looking to do this deal, I would probably look to trade Dak and Gallup and maybe a third round pick or fourth. Those would be my options. I don't particularly think that I should have to give up so much, you know, for a guy that Russell Wilson is that guy, right? But at the same point, he's going to be a guy that's going to come in and he's still going to be expecting that you find ways to upgrade. So it just will be also a question of, will he be able to get that commitment to Jerry and company on being able to help make a little bit of personnel decisions? So would that work? I don't know. I think Steven and Jerry kind of move their operations the way that they want to, in a sense. And that's fine. But we've seen that it hasn't been the most productive within the last few years. The best thing that the Cowboys got going for them, in my opinion, has been their drafting. You know, Will McClay has been nailing, in my opinion, every draft. I'd honestly say the last bad pick, you know, would have probably, that was like an early pick, would have probably have been, you know, Taco Charlton, who's, you know, no longer with the team. I assume he's still in the league. Last time I seen him, he was in Kansas City. But besides that, they've pretty much nailed every single pick in some way. I mean, look at Trayvon Diggs getting his contract. You know, he's a second round pick. You know, they've drafted Zeke. They've drafted Jordan Lewis, you know, who has came out to make some noise. They had drafted Cheetah Awuzie. He was I want to say a second round pick. He's a solid corner in my eyes. I mean, they got CeeDee Lamb. You know, nobody expected that to happen. They've drafted numerous guys, so I think I can comfortably say that the draft part of it isn't going to be that bad. I think it's just going to come down to who would have to be given up. If he went to the Giants, they'd have to definitely give up some picks, because for them to get somebody like him, I don't know, would they be willing to give up an Evan Ingram? Maybe somebody like that with some picks. And, of course, Daniel Jones. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. The Titans, too, I mean, it looks like they're pretty happy with Tannehill, or would they be willing to give him up and, some picks? They've been making the playoffs every year the last 2 years, so yeah, they could definitely use an upgrade, but at the same time, it wouldn't be, the biggest thing, because they still have Derrick Henry, and they have some solid wide receivers. We'll see if John Ross resigns. I mean, he hasn't really done much in the league, but I mean, he's still a speedster, so that would be a different element. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see. Would I like it to happen? Yeah, sure. Am I high on Dak Prescott? Do I think he's going to be the truth? Yeah. I can't deny that I don't think that Dak is going to be serious. But I don't know. Somebody like a Russell Wilson, they don't come available that often. And to get somebody like that in, I think that would be a tremendous get. Because I do think that he's a few steps ahead of somebody like a Dak Prescott. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys' opinion is on this. Do you guys think that it could happen? Do you guys think he's going to even leave? And, I don't know. Just let me know. Next part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Cowboys offseason. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, let's get into the next part. So, I think that the Cowboys have so many different options that they can do. First of all, there's a lot of veterans out. And there's some guys out there I don't think that's going to command all that much money. Like J.J. Watt shouldn't be getting paid top dollar. So I definitely think you take a swing on him. If you don't want to get him, for whatever the reason is, maybe you look to re-sign Gerald McCoy. I think Gerald McCoy would be a nice help, especially to the young guys. And I just think that it's time for the Cowboys to look at adding somebody down the middle and helping stopping the run. That has to be a focus. I think Lawrence is doing great on the outside, and he could do better with some help in the middle. And somebody like some of the other guys on the sides, Bruce Irvin and others, you definitely want to get them some help too. So if it's up to me, you get somebody like a Watt or Gerald McCoy. Either one will be cheap. And that's where you start. Make your decision on Dak. Don't franchise tag him no more, because it's going to cost you so much. And that could be money that you could be using to address other skill positions that need it. To my understanding, A.J. Bouye is still out there. And I know he's going to have a big suspension, but Cowboys have never shown themselves to not keep a player around until they have served their suspension. And he's still a hell of a corner. So having somebody like him would be amazing. I think you should definitely look to consider signing him. And I don't think he's going to ask for much, because he's going to just want to get back out there. Take a flyer on him like you did Irvin. If you don't want to do that, I heard Sherman talking very nicely about the Cowboys and their decision on Dan Quinn. I don't know if his time is finna be up in San Fran, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. I definitely would tell you to give it a shot, and bare minimum, he could help somebody out like a Trayvon Diggs. I think that it's very important for them to get a free agent or two, and I think that they should look at getting two. Get you somebody in the middle, and somebody on the safety. I'm hearing that there's a possibility that one of the safeties is going to be in the second round. So there you go. Get you a safety in the second round, depending on how the draft is working. And there you go. You have some assurance on that position, and things can really move in the right direction. But if they get somebody like a J.J. Watt or Gerald McCoy, either one, just say, for example, they pick back up Gerald McCoy, and outside of Gerald McCoy, they go ahead and get somebody like an A.J. Bouye, both of them on the cheap, and they decide to go ahead and re-sign Dak. After they do that, you can walk into the free agency and look at, taking the possible best player in the draft, whether that's offense or defense. So if you do find yourself with the 10th pick like they have, and somebody like a Kyle Pitts is available, you can look at possibly getting him. Or, maybe Patrick Surtain is there where you can grab him, or one of the other corners that's high up. You can look at grabbing them and, not having a bat an eye at it because they're available and you've got free agents to help your young guys. And I do have to make a decision on Cheetah Bay, Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, if they want to keep both. To my understanding, Van Der Esch is going to be up next year, so they kind of have to make a decision on that. I think Van Der Esch is a great, guy. He's just, to me, reminds me of Sean Lee. The dude just can't stay healthy. And we'll also see, speaking on Sean Lee, if Sean Lee will be coming back. So, I don't know. This draft will be very important. Would I be surprised if somehow the Cowboys got Kyle Pitts? No. If they got him, would I be mad? No. But if you got him, that just tells me that either you're going to make a move in free agency or you're going to look at possibly trading to get somebody, or you're going to just re-sign the guys that you got and see how they do with this new coordinator and Dan Quinn, who I think should do pretty well out there. So these are my opinions. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and from there, we can have a talk in the comments about it. But I don't know. I definitely think that the Cowboys can make some noise. There's no reason for them not to if they play the game right. If it's me right now and I'm looking at it, I give Dak his contract. As long as it ain't, 40 plus. I mean, 40 to me is, deal withable. Give him a 40 and get Joe McCoy, get A.J. Bouye. And depending on how the draft go, you could either get somebody like a Kyle Pitts again, or you could draft somebody like a Patrick Surtain, who I think would be the best fit, because there's a definite need for that. But again, let me know you guys' comments. This is Mixtape, and I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Take it easy, y'all.